Hey everybody, it's Melissa Sorrentino checking in with another installment of the Improv Sophisticate, where I talk about improv and how it reflects life and vice versa. Is it art or is it just everyday life? And who cares? Because it's all good. Anyway, what's going on there with my weird hair? All right, you guys, today I want to talk about group mind, the concept of group mind. I think a lot of us get into hang-ups because we think maybe this is some sort of like religious thing, or maybe it's something in some sort of spiritual realm. And I say, who cares? However, regardless of whether you care about what's the origin of group mind or what are group mind people getting at when they talk about it, setting all that aside, let's just talk about it in a straight up concept of what works for scene work, for writing, for art, for communing with fellow human beings, okay? Group mind. I want to talk for a moment about being in a scene with a partner. You're in a scene with a partner, and there is the partner and there's you. And then there's the space in between. And this is where I believe group mind lives. Some people look up and they think group mind is like this thing, like, oh, it's like a cloud and it's over my head and it's over your head and it's a group mind and it's covering everything. And if there's 11 or 55 of us on stage, there's a group mind that we're all tapping into. My straw goes down and it's drinking your milkshake. However you want to think about it or visualize it. The thing is, trust it. And here's why, okay? Here is why. I want to talk about Ouija boards. Y'all remember Ouija boards? If you don't, I'm so sorry for you that you've never experienced a Ouija board. Like for reals. When I was a kid, we played with them. We thought it was a game that you would play. And some of us didn't know, is there some, like that little thing that had the circle and the little, like, I don't know, was it a pin or a little baby nail sticking in there? But anyway, you'd put it on the board and you'd move it around and it would catch like a yes or a no, or the moon or the sun, or letters, or it would go, yes, I think so, or no, or it would go up to the word Ouija across the top, and it would catch those words, or letters, and it would form words, okay? Here's the thing. There was nothing in that. It was just a piece of plastic. But it is a game about group mind. And if you think group mind is a third party up there, cool. But if you think it's something between the two of you, cool. I think in improv, I don't want to define it because I don't want to argue about it, and I really, hand to God, I just do not think it matters. I don't. But here's the thing. If you resist it, it does not work. If you judge it, it does not work. If you push it, it does not work. And here's why. Sometimes you'd play Ouija with somebody like maybe older or more like, bullyish or more confident or more just a stronger personality than yourself. And that person, because they weren't trusting group mind, because they weren't trusting you, the fellow player, they would just push it to where they wanted it to go. And if you were like me and you'd play with somebody like that, you would just release. You would just go limp and be like, okay, this person's playing Ouija by themselves and I'm just going to observe. And, if they were witty, I would laugh. But after a little while, if I would acquiesce every time, and I'm even talking about when I would play with like the neighborhood, dickhead, that guy would at a certain point recognize that maybe I knew he was forcing it, and he would release, and then I would kind of get a chance. But it would sit there and it would do nothing. Now, if you're super, super acquiescent and you both are, you just sit there and nothing would happen ever. But eventually one of you would be like, okay, I guess I'll push it a little bit. And then the other person would be like, oh, they're pushing it, I'll push it. And then you guys would and you would just float. But there's this thing that would happen, and it's happening with me right now. I'm letting go. You see, like, my hands are not making decisions. I'm not saying I'm going to go to the left or I'm going to go to the right, but my hands are just doing whatever. Like, I don't know what power, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the subconscious mind. Maybe God himself is input into our subconscious mind. Maybe the veil between the consciousness and the subconscious that Jesus talked about, that Moses talked about, the veil that got ripped open. Maybe that's the subconscious mind and the conscious mind being able to have that ripped between them, and the subconscious can come out. I don't know. I'm not God, but I do know that in scene work, if you are the pusher, you're not having the experience of the other person pushing back, and you're carrying the whole scene by yourself. And if you're the acquiescer and you're never going anywhere, you're forcing your scene partner to carry it by themselves. And maybe they don't want to, or maybe they do, but you're not having any experience at all. So a shared experience on a Ouija board is a little push, a little pull, a little just let go and let that ethereal, who knows what the fuck, subconscious group mind happening thing. But if you can get in that flow and you can stay in that space in between, oh my God, it is magic. Okay, this is a little weird. It's a little out there. I seriously thought I could verbalize it better, but you can't verbalize the nonverbal. You can't. At least I can't. Okay, take care, y'all.